Today we're gonna work on this basket case I got. I'm checking up the VIN to find out exactly the year on it, but it's a Suzuki 250, and what we have is a $200 pickup. It was last registered in this year, and they rode it around and it blew on them because their radiators, which one is there, was ruined, and it leaked out all the coolant, and it overheated. So that's okay because we got all the parts we need here to put it together, and side casing in there and all that, and a new piston. So I am not a sponsor, but this seems like a good kit for a reasonable price, and I already went ahead and honed the cylinder. I'll show you that closer. It wasn't too bad. I just took my tool and picked it up a little bit. But for starters, I got a table set up, and we're gonna set the motor down on it and look at everything we have and get going. Okay, I went ahead and set it up on the table here, and here's our clutch. It was already taken apart, so I have it sitting here so I can clean it up in there. There's tons of gunk, so we gotta clean it up, and we'll reassemble it. Here's the whole bottom engine here. I'm gonna very closely inspect it all around and make sure we're good. No cracks or anything. Make sure everything's in place and lined up. Our crank here is good. There's no up and down play, so we're good on the crank there. And there's no like grinding noises or catching, so we seem to be doing good. I'll inspect it more, but I got it as a basket case, so it was already taken apart and all that, so I'm working with what I got here. I got to put back together the miscellaneous parts in here for it, including motor mounts and the water pump side cover. But anyways, I looked it over. We pretty much have everything, and we got our piston head and all that with the rings and the sleeve in it, so I'll get that together. And we have a gasket kit for it, so that's good too. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of inspect everything as I go through it, clean it up, and then I'll start with the clutch. We'll get the clutch cleaned up and reassembled and put back together, and we'll go from there. Okay, update. So we went ahead and finished up the magneto side. We cleaned it up and put it on so it was just done with and out of the way. So we can tilt it on this side. The clutch basket is all put back together, and we're finishing up a couple other things. We got the water pump gear in there, and yeah, we're putting the water pump gear together right now, and we're cleaning off the side cover so we can put it on, and then we'll get the last side cover on. I keep moving it, so I got to realign our shifter here. I want to make sure that's put in the correct place before we put this side cover on. But once we put the side cover on, it'll get locked up right here, so it won't go out of place again. Yep, we're just cleaning up and putting it on. All right, we're in the works of getting the side cover on. We just put this side cover on. Now we got the clutch cover to put on. So side cover, clutch cover. And then I got to work on the water pump here as well. So, and that's right here. Seems to be working good. We're moving and I'm not hearing any noises or anything, so we'll just keep going at it. Okay, back on the motor. We've finished up putting the water pump and the side cover on. I went ahead and double checked to make sure we were lined up properly for our magneto over here, and it was. So that's good. We are now getting ready to put the jug on. I went ahead and took care of our valves, made sure that they're everything's seated right. Kind of to try to clean it up in there a little bit. So, and off camera, I didn't think about recording it, but I went ahead and hound out our jug. It's not bad. I just did it mainly to clean the surface off. There was a few places on it that was kind of questionable, but they're okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put the piston on. Oop. We got it on. I should have showed it earlier with the piston. It was really nice looking piston. But the sleeve, I threw it in the freezer real quick just to get it on there a little better to fit on. But sleeve went on. I had the bearing. And then you get the rings. The rings, you need to make sure they're placed up top in the correct position. But it's really simple since there's just two on here. Just click, click, and they go on. The top of the piston, you need to make sure that it's on correctly, pointed to exhaust, which it is. And now that we have it on, I'm gonna kick it over so we can make sure that we're moving up and down properly. And looks like we're in business. And here we are at the top, and I can't see any gaps moving across, so we look really good shape here. So I'm excited. So just put that back down for now. Yeah, I just gotta finish tightening this bolt right here. It's a little in there, so gotta get that. We gotta connect the rest up of here, put the cover on. We'll get the top head on, and we're almost there for a home stretch. All right, here we go. I've finished up the top of the head and all that. It's on. Well, and I keep seeming to find more and more missing parts. So right now I'm missing the clutch arm right here. So look through my parts and I can't just seem to find it. So when you get a basket case of stuff, it's definitely harder because you'll be missing stuff. And so I gotta order one. So for now, I think that's a good enough step for now. Ultimately, when doing a rebuild, it is better and nicer when you clean every part thoroughly, inside and out. I skipped the outside part. I did clean thoroughly inside on, the covers, the top, all these small pieces here and there. I did clean those out thoroughly inside. And on the edges, made sure they were clear when we put them back together. So, but yeah. Next step is we're gonna get going on putting it in the frame and getting the bike set up together.